Welcome to the nature class. I'm your host, Miss Mallory, the curious conservationist, and today we are doing a demonstration to show how permineralization is done with fossils. Sounds like a mouthful. Basically, fossils can be made in many different ways, and this demonstration is going to show how they do it by soaking up minerals from the water. This activity is pretty simple. You just need some salt water. You're going to make the salt water just like we made the baking soda water in the cave formation activity. You're going to get warm water and then just keep adding salt until it no longer can dissolve. Then you're going to get an old sponge and cut it up into some fun little shapes. This is supposed to be a fish. It's not. I'm not an artist. And then this is a bone. And then you're going to need a tray of sand. I just got sand from my local stream bed because right now it's quarantine and we're not supposed to be going to stores, but you can also get it from playgrounds, or when we are no longer in quarantine, then you can go and get some play sand. So what you are going to do, get your sponge and dip it in the salt water. Really important to get it really wet. We want to soak up as much of that salt water as we can. Okay? And then you're going to go ahead and place your fossil into the sand and cover it up. This is a great supplement activity with the sediment jar demonstration, because the sediment jar is showing how the sedimentary rock is being layered, and this shows how when animals get captured in that process, how they basically their bones turn to fossils. So what we are kind of showing is how bones soak up the groundwater that are full of minerals. And the minerals are represented by the salt. And then when you dig deep, put them in, cover them up in the sand, you're representing the animals or the bones getting buried. Okay. And then you're gonna take the rest of your salt water and pour it on top of your sand. And this is kind of like if they're at the bottom of the ocean or something like that. Get it nice and wet. And you want the water start rising above the surface. You want to make sure that the sand is completely saturated. Make sure that your bones are nice and covered up. And then you're going to put this in outside or in a windowsill to let all that water evaporate. So it takes about a week. Remember, fossils take a really long time to create, so this experiment kind of takes a long time too. You're going to want all the water to evaporate, and it's going to leave the salt behind in the sponges. And what that does is create a cast. And what you're going to be left with, I did this a little bit earlier, are the sponges have basically soaked up all that salt water, and when the water evaporated, it left all the salt in the sponge pores, creating this cast around and inside the sponge. And that is basically how permineralization happens in fossils. Pretty neat, huh? Well, thank you guys for joining me. I'd love to see what kind of fossil shapes you came up with. So if you want to go ahead and take pictures and share with me on social media, Facebook or Instagram. And also, if you have any really cool demonstrations or wonder how things work, please comment them below. It gives me some great ideas for future videos. And if you like this, please like and share. The more we share knowledge, the better we can appreciate nature and all the incredible things it has to offer. Well, until next time, this is Miss Mallory inviting you to step outside and adventure.